Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, everybody. Today we're continuing our subject, understanding man. So on Thursday, I started with describing man. So there is feminine man and masculine man. And today I will get deeper into this subject, and I will tell you what should you expect and what should you not expect from either one of them. And before I will start with what I prepared here too, I want to answer two questions. So I guess this subject is very popular because a lot of you wrote to me and there were questions and everything. So I will answer two questions that I think are very important, even for the subject that I'm going to uncover today. And if you didn't watch the first video, it was on Thursday. The video is called Understanding Man, Masculine and Feminine Man. Please do watch it. It's important. I will put it in the description of this video. That's like part one. Today will be part two. So the questions that I wanted to answer. So somebody asked me, well, I don't want to. Why I started with this subject is because a lot of people, a lot of women in my life and overall, they often tell me, I want to have a man who is thoughtful, who is emotional, who can give me emotional support, who is like a best friend. But yet I want to have provider and masculine man. And then I'm like, you cannot have both. It's either you have a feminine man or you have a masculine man. And they couldn't be, like, it's not the same person. A masculine man is a man that's striving, that's successful. He could not be emotional because he doesn't have enough capacity to be a babysitter to you and also a successful interpreter. So somebody asked me, hello everybody, somebody asked me, well, I don't want to have a completely unthoughtful masculine man, and I also don't want to have like an emotional feminine man. I want to tell you, it is very rarely that a man is absolutely masculine or absolutely feminine. It's rarely. I wouldn't say that it's common. Usually, most of women, they have some masculine energy, some feminine energy, and this is it is rather normal. And I will repeat myself for the sake of this slide, but feminine men are the ones that have a lot of energy in earth and water energy. So water energy is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, and the earth is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And masculine men are men that have a lot of placements in air and fire. Air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and fire is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Now, you need to look mostly in his placements of his ascendant, Sun, Mars, and Mercury. I described all this in the previous video, so you can watch it. But just so you kind of keep up with the subject. So there is really hardly ever a completely masculine man and hardly ever a completely feminine man. For the most part, it doesn't happen as often. The same as with women. There is hardly ever a completely feminine woman, a completely masculine woman. We all have parts of this and that, almost everybody. So you will attract the man that will complement you. For example, I am very feminine. So the men that I attract are super masculine. And I am okay with that because I'm very feminine. So I don't need the emotional support. I have the emotional support. I will provide it for both of us. I need physical support, and they give me that. For example, if a woman is very masculine, she needs emotional support. So she will be attracting men that are feminine. Even if her man is masculine, he will become feminine to match her. Usually it doesn't happen. A masculine man will not stay with a very masculine woman. He probably will move on, or he will make sure that she become feminine. So he will start kind of communicating her or something like that. So don't you worry about that. It's not like you will get a masculine man and you could not stand him. That won't happen. We'll always attract energy that complements our energy. Now, if you become very so for example, you're with the partner in a relationship, you become very masculine, to balance the energy, the man becomes very feminine. It has to be. It has to. Otherwise, you won't be able to stay together, and it has to be combined. You should have equal enough feminine energy and masculine energy, like that. So one of you will have to take the other role. If so, if I will take the masculine role, the man will have to take feminine role, or he will have to get out of my life, and somebody else will take that role of a feminine somebody in my life, like that. So don't worry. Most of them won't be like completely masculine. Another question that somebody asked me, how, like, I could not ask a man for his credentials and build a natal chart for every single man. You don't have to. You can see feminine men look very cute. Their faces are almost like too beautiful, like baby faces, like Leo DiCaprio. He's feminine, and you can see it in his face. He looks sweet. He looks nice. Masculine men have brutal faces. You will see it. Their eyes are like little fallen in. They have this, like, they look brutal almost. It's hard, but it's not. But it's not beautiful, so to say. So I can walk on the street and I can tell you which man is masculine and feminine dominantly. It's actually very interesting, and I hardly ever make a mistake. You can see also feminine men often can gain weight. So masculine men don't usually gain weight, but masculine men also are not very sporty because they don't really have to work out to prove themselves. Nothing. They're usually not very sporty, but they could be because they have a lot of energy, so they use it for something. That's how you know from the start. Also, feminine men are usually emotional. Masculine men are impatient. So if you are socializing with a man and you see that he's on emotions, he's feminine for the most part. If you see a man, don't confuse emotions and impatience, because masculine men are impatient, but they're not emotional. So, for example, they'll be like, okay, so let's go. You will say, no, I think I will stay here. Okay, so let me know. I will pick you up, or okay, I will stay with you. Now, feminine man will be like, yeah, but why did you want to go? It was so nice, this and this. So don't confuse it. You will see, feminine men are emotional and they are very sensitive. Not only sensitive, but they're sensitive, practical, and somewhat careful in how they voice. Masculine men are sometimes aggressive in their approach. Like a couple of weeks ago, I met this man. He saw me, he liked me, and he just wanted to kiss me. And I was like, I was shocked, honestly. There is really hardly, I knew already he was masculine from his face features, but after this outburst of kind of what he did, I already knew he was completely, and the guy is completely masculine. He only has masculine plans, nothing else. So like that. Okay, so I answered these two questions. Another one was, I will just answer. So why do in the last live, I said that masculine men are sometimes aggressive, they're not sensitive, they're not emotional, they're not very good lovers. So the best lovers are energy of water, and the best husbands are energy of earth. So why do women like masculine men? Because every woman wants a masculine man. I'll tell you why. Because masculine men, with their kind of with their confidence, because they're so sure about themselves, they project the strength and confidence on us, whether I want it or not. Yeah, the guy might be not the nicest person, yeah, he might be aggressive, but his confidence project the confidence on me, and I want to be next to him because I know I will be protected, even though maybe I don't like his approach of protectiveness. The same, I have some admirers, and they know that they are not the only ones. So yeah, maybe they don't. They don't know that I don't sleep with all these admirers. I don't know what they think over there. I'm telling you here, my ladies, but I don't know what the men think in their head, right? But they still all want me. Why? Because I have pleasure in me that everybody wants, every man wants, and I don't know. So they're drawn to me, even though maybe they don't support that I'm not choosing one and just staying with one. I don't mind to socialize with other men like this. The same with masculine man. Yeah, I might not support what he's doing, but I admire him, and I'm drawn to him because of that strength and confidence that he projects. That's why. It's all unconsciously and on our the basic level. Man wants pleasure from woman energy, women want protection, security from man, and they think that the stronger he is, the more confident he is, the more protection he will give. All right, so now to the topic finally. So what should you expect from masculine man? Now, again, as I said, if you want to have a comfortable, peaceful home, this is not a masculine man for you. The best husbands are energy of earth. So if you want to have a husband, kids, like completely secure and good family, this is the energy of earth. Don't lie to yourself, and don't think that you will have a masculine man and then you will mold him to this perfect husband. You won't. Probably you will exhaust yourself from molding him. You will, and probably, I don't know, either you guys will break up or you will just get some issues. A perfect kind of considerate husband is a feminine man. All right, but what should you expect from masculine man? So let's imagine you are dating a masculine man, you ended up with him, you love him, you're drawn to him. This man is for you. What should you expect from him? You can expect an interesting and very active life. Even if you are not participating in that life all the time, it still will be interesting. Masculine energy is very dynamic. So you will be, chances are very high that he will want to travel, that he will want to maybe change places, try new places. Maybe he will change jobs. Maybe he will move states. And you obviously, if you want to be with him, you will have to do that too. So if you have a career and you are stuck in one place, don't expect a masculine man to sacrifice his life for you. That would never happen. Masculine men are selfish, remember. They are very self-centered, and that's good, you know. If a masculinity is not using its energy, its masculinity into something, it will get dirty, it will become dangerous. So you can expect that. So a masculine man, if his job will send him across the globe somewhere, he will go, and you obviously, if you're with him, will go with him as well. Now, if this is something you're looking for, it's amazing. What else you should expect? You should expect a dynamic relationship. And the relationship, what I mean about dynamic relationship, that it will be constantly changing. So then masculine men are not people who do everything in, like, they don't have a routine. So you could not expect the same thing. They want to try something new in bed. They want to try something new in a relationship. I'm not talking about going completely Christian Grey crazy, but I mean, they do like to try new things, like to involve some things. They like to experiment. I'm not talking only about intimacy. I'm talking about everything. So, for example, maybe you prefer to go on vacations, only two of you, but he will say, why don't we take our friends and go all together? Or why don't we, instead of going to south of France, let's go to Burning Man, or something like that. Like, they're very dynamic, and your relationship will be dynamic. Don't expect him to propose, what is it, a promise ring, an engagement ring, a marriage. Like, this is not, yeah, they will do it probably for the sake of you, if it's important for you, but for the most part, it won't be it won't be a normal path. Like, for example, you could be on the second date, and the masculine guy would be like, listen, I like you, like me, let's get married, like that. I'm not even a masculine guy, but this is how I married a few times. So, like this. Or, for example, I'm ready to have a child. Let's have a child. Like this. It would be very, very fast, very dynamic. Don't expect him to date him half a year and then get married. Honestly, if a masculine guy dates you half a year, either he doesn't want to marry you, or just he will. A masculine man are very fast on what they want and how they want it to progress. So you should expect an interesting, active life, a dynamic relationship. Again, it's not for everybody. Somebody would say, Anastasia, I mean, this is like a dream come true. For somebody might not. I know masculine men that are traveling throughout the world with a backpack, and he seems not to understand why there are no women that want to do the same. I mean, for me, just to think about it is already scary. All right. So the next thing that you should expect is a life on edge. I put it even here. So because they're so active and so dynamic, your life will be like this as well. For example, I will tell you, I have quite a few friends, masculine friends. I have also a couple clients that are masculine. I also knew a lot of masculine men in my previous career, so I know how they think. And so, for example, this is how they could be. You're saving for the house together, and then he take all the money and he invests in some project that will be successful. For the most part, project will be probably successful because they invest without fear, with complete confidence, so it could be successful. But for you, as a, let's say, a feminine woman that values security, it would be kind of shocking, like what did you just do? You invested all our savings into something. So it's constantly like this. It's not only about money, it could be about something else. Like one day he could come and say, I think I need to go to, I don't know, to Saudi Arabia or something, or to Dubai for a meeting. And so you never know what to expect. It's a constant, something always going on in his life, in his head, and you will never be able to project it. So just accept it and just and live with it. What you can't do, though, you can explain, for example, that I value security. I won't be able to sleep if we don't have something. So why don't I open a savings account that you will not kind of touch, that it will be only mine? You can do that. But everything else, you kind of could not control masculinity. How are you going to control the air when there is a wind? How are you going to control it? It just is. How do you control fire when it goes out of control? You can't. You can just sit it and wait it out until it comes down. So another one, what you should expect in a relationship with the masculine man is constant development. Masculine men, because they're so active, they develop all the time, and they kind of expect you to develop as well. Now, just because they're training to run a marathon doesn't mean they're expecting the same from you, but they do have some kind of expectations for you to do something with your life, or at least not nag him about that your life is boring and you have nothing to do and you need him all the time. Like, for example, I knew a guy and we were dating for some time. He didn't expect me to do what he does, but he always liked when I was interested in something. So, for example, I was starting at that time. I was starting to study um, with energy and LP or something. I was just getting a little bit in, and he was like, "Yeah, that's amazing." He was not interested in that, but he liked that I was interested in something. Like he almost wanted me. And if you and the masculine man will pay you and give you all the financial and needed material support for you to pursue some kind of dream. So if you want to try a new project, to do your own company, to travel somewhere, to invest, they will support you. Just do anything. So constant development is a must in this relationship. Again, you don't have to do what he does, but you need to do something that interests you. If you want to, I don't know, to collect Barbie dolls, do that, or whatever, you will come up with that. Even if you decide if you put yourself a challenge, I want to try every spa in Miami, he will support you in that. I mean, as silly as it sounds, I mean, it's your hobby and that's it. And he will support you. He will support that more than you all, let's save money and sit at home and order Chinese and just watch Netflix like that. Be prepared to create this kind of development in your life. Again, masculine man will not like to be with the woman that has no interest in life. I mean, I don't think anybody will like a person who has no interest in life. But the masculine man love women that do something. It doesn't have to be with your career, with your money, Masculine men don't really need your money that much, but they do want you to be an interesting person, kind of, for yourself, first of all. And another one I put in here, what should you expect from masculine man, is passion and adrenaline. Now, I mentioned already a few times that the best lovers are energy of water, because they're so emotional, empathetic. They really want to give pleasure to a woman. They know how to give pleasure to a woman. Masculine men, especially energy of fire, is the men that are passionate. Yeah, sex may be so, but the passion will be there. And, and this is, if there is passion, I mean, you can you can do a lot of that. Or energy of air, because they're so creative and kind of without the borders, they can bring in bed almost any kind of new experiment. So you can expect the passion, and you can expect the adrenaline that will that will be in your life all the time. So this is what you expect from masculine men. Now, what you should not expect from masculine men, and if you will expect, you probably will ruin the relationship very fast. Because you will exhaust yourself, you will exhaust your man, and you guys will be just like, okay, time to kind of time to finish this. And that's what I did a couple times in my life. I'm always drawing masculine men, but then I'm trying to mold them to be more predictable and more secure. Used to do, not anymore. And at the end, I'm already exhausted, he's exhausted, and we're like, okay, that it's not interested no more. So what you should not expect from a masculine man, you should not expect patience. Masculinity is not patient. If they want something, they do something. So if a man is telling you, let's get married, he's not going to wait 2 years to get you. I mean, he might wait as a challenge, but it will not make him happy. It will not make him happy, and he will remember that, kind of. So now what you can do, though, if he says, oh, I want to get married, let's get married today, you can tell him, listen, I really do. I don't mind to marry you even right now, but I need a few things to kind of. I need to feel secure. I want to have a prenup. You must understand me. I'm not as kind of as strong as you are. I need to make sure that that I'm taken care of, and he will understand. Maybe he will argue a little bit, but he will understand. So this is what you do. But you could not expect patience from him, from man, masculine man. So if like if he wants something, either negotiate, or don't expect him to kind of to wait for you forever. He will wait, but it won't be forever, and he will get tired of that. Another on the patient subject, don't don't get on his last nerve, so to say. Masculine men are not patient, so don't try to like you can cry, you can tell him your problems, you can address the issues, but don't let it last forever. So don't argue with him for hours and hours. He will get tired, he will leave very fast. He will leave, he will drive around, he will come back. If you will continue with this, he's not going to tolerate. Masculinity has no tolerance for this. So say what you say what you want, say how to fix the issue, and move on from this issue. Don't hold the grudge for days and days and days. It will exhaust you, it will exhaust him. So no patience. I remember the first time it happened, the masculine man was really like put me in my place is when I had issues with other, it was not with him. I had the issues in my life, and I wanted him to kind of to be my parent, to hug me, to hold me and to say, don't worry, Anastasia, I will fix everything. And instead of that, after I was complaining for an hour or even longer in his car, he told me, listen, I'm tired of listening to this. Tell me what to do. If you need money, I will give you money, fix the issue, but don't complain to me. I don't want to listen to this. I thought at that moment that he was insensitive. Instead, I mean, I understand. I don't know whether I would listen to somebody like that. So don't expect patience from a masculine man. Tell him what you need. Like, for example, this is the issue. I need this amount of money to fix it, or I need this connection to fix it, or I need you to do this to fix it. That's it. He knows what he needs to do, and don't nag him anymore. You can remind him in a couple days of something. Another thing that you shouldn't expect from a masculine man is consistency. So if you expect a man to text you good morning, good night, every single day, hey, how was your day? Go on the same date every single week, or something like that. This is not a masculine man for you. A masculine man will text you when he when he has time, when he misses you, like this, and it's normal. Doesn't mean that he doesn't care for you. That just means that he has a life, and his life is very dynamic, much more dynamic than probably mine. For example, my life is feminine, so it's kind of slowish, maybe in pleasure. Yeah, I don't sit and expect men to text me every hour, because I'm kind of doing my things. But if I wouldn't be doing my things, I would be like, why is he not responding to me? I sent him a text message, why he's not responding to me? It's not normal. He will respond to me when he misses me, or when he feels the pleasure from me, and he will want to be part of that pleasure. So consistency is not their strength. Don't expect it from them. I'm telling you, a masculine man can tell you, I want to have a kid right now, and in a couple months change his mind. So if you remember that, and he will not change. He still will have the kid with you. He still will provide for the kid, but maybe he will not be as enthusiastic. So what you need to do, you need to protect yourself from all this. Accept him as he is and protect it. Like I have a friend, and she's married to a guy like this. She's not working, and she basically told him, I need security. I could not live. I don't have a job. I don't have a career in this country. So I need to have some kind of security. So he said, how will the security look for you? And she said, let's open an account for me that will be just mine, and you will put certain amount, and then you will be adding every month. He's like, sure, no problem. That's exactly what he did. I think last time I spoke to her, he bought her an apartment too. So she can rent the apartment and have income. You see, you can do the same thing. Don't expect consistency from a man, but he will provide the security or something that you need, like that. Another thing that you shouldn't be expecting from a masculine man is sensitivity. Sorry to say it, but masculine men and women are not very sensitive. Don't expect it from them. If you will come to a masculine man, start crying, oh, I just had a fight with my best friend, she's such a... And all this, he will be like, he probably will laugh. I remember I had a conversation with the masculine man. I got robbed in a 5-star resort in Mexico, and it was crazy. And the guy's like, he was laughing. I'm like, what's so funny? And he's like, it's just funny. I don't know. He's like, it's just funny. I'm sorry, I don't want to be mean, but it's just funny. And I understand. They're not sensitive. They just see it as a... but he understood that he maybe was a little insensitive. He's like, if you want, I can, I can come and talk to the management or something. But it is what it is, basically. They are not sensitive. And I remember I had a masculine friend, a girlfriend, and one time, it's hilarious. One time I fell down on ice, and she was just staying there instead of she was just laughing. It was funny for her that I fell down, and she would laugh and she would fall. So it is, masculinity is insensitive. So don't expect them to be sensitive. For example, if you know that you have your women's days and you're not very not in the mood for any conversation or anything, tell him next couple of days I'm not going to be in my best in my best self, so maybe I should go and stay in a hotel for a few days, or maybe you can go and stay in a hotel for a few days, or something like that. Or just leave me alone for a couple of days. They are not sensitive. Don't expect it from them. And as I said on the previous live, they absolutely they could be even somewhat they can blurt out anything they think, or so they don't filter their language for the most part. They say what they know, and they don't understand why somebody would get upset like that. So don't expect sensitivity. Another thing that you should not expect from a masculine man is long talks and him sitting and listening for you. Then they are not. These people are not for this. They are not for talking for hours. explaining their emotions, their feelings. These are not the man for that. They can talk about something that interests them, and when they lose interest, they stop talking. So if you want a man that will sit with you and listen to you and console with you and basically comfort you, this is not a masculine man. If this is important for you, if you need this kind of mommy energy from somebody, the masculine man is not for you. He will brush you off very fast, and you will be upset with him. He will not understand why you're upset. This kind of it will start snowballing, and at one point you guys will just drift apart because of that, because you don't understand why he's not sensitive, why he's not emotional available, and he will not understand what do you want from him. Like he could not give it to himself. How is he going to give it? So if you are with the masculine man, you have to be a feminine woman, and you are the one who is given the emotional kind of support in the family or in the relationship. And yeah, and that's just it. And if you are a masculine woman and you listen to this, I don't know, work with me or work by yourself. I have a course, an ultimate guide to femininity. Get that and work with yourself. But if you are inspired to get a masculine man in your life, I mean, you need to be feminine. You have to project the femininity. Masculinity come into femininity, not anyhow else. You can draw a masculine man, but then you become masculine. A masculine man will draw back. Okay, this was about masculine man. Let's talk about the feminine man. And I will sum it up after. So what should you expect from a feminine man? Let's imagine you have a feminine man. What you can expect from him, what he will be able to deliver to you. So for a feminine man could be a sensitive husband and a father, emotionally available, sensitive, really empathetic. They're good fathers. They give like really this mother love to their kids. Maybe they would not project the strengths on the kids, but at least they will be caring kind of. They will go to every baseball event, every football, soccer game that there is, for their kids. They will obviously, be good fathers to their daughters. They will be very good husbands. I mean, they can do your routine and everything else. So if you want this, if you want a husband, kids, if you want to have a husband and a good father for your kids, you need to have a feminine man. I don't say that a masculine man will not be a good father, but if you want a father that will be like on every parents teacher kind of event, on every concert, on every this and this and this is not a masculine man. This is a feminine man. Masculine man, if he has a project, he's going to project. I have this friend. He has 2 kids. His wife is feminine. He's masculine, very masculine. Sagittarius with a lot of Sagittarius Aquarius energy. And the guy is all over the place every time. He's traveling. He has projects. A couple months ago, when I spoke to him, he's like, "No, I just realized my kids are all grown." And I'm like, "Yeah, you live with them. Don't you see that?" He's like, "No, I kind of don't notice. I'm not sure what they're doing even." Like this. This is a masculine man talking. The kids have everything. I mean, he supports them. They go to all the kind of to different after-school programs. They have a lot of interest, sports, but he's not a part of that often. I mean, when he can, he is, but for the most part, he's somewhere outside. So if you want a father that will take kids to all the games, all the events, you need a feminine man. Now, what else should you expect from a feminine man? He can easily become your best friend, and if you don't watch your roles, you can become too comfortable with him. He can become too comfortable with you, and it will become almost awkward. This happens, and at that point, couples usually grew apart. They don't have sex like this, like they don't want each other. They become too comfortable. But this is something that you can expect. If you want a man that will be your best friend, here you go. A feminine man is perfect for you, especially if he's energy of water. You guys can sit, can hug, can talk, can do all that, and then become best friends again. But you need to watch for the roles. Your role with the man is only one, and if you get too much into you're my best friend, and you just tell him everything, no secrets, no kind of no mystery, at one point the relationship will go sour, because you don't sleep with your friends, you sleep with the man that you admire and you want. So the same with him. He wouldn't want probably to sleep with you because he wants to sleep with the woman that is somewhat in flash and mysterious, but she doesn't feel that with this man. But you can expect that this is the person with whom you can gossip, you can discuss everything, you can ask him for advice, you can brainstorm, you can everything. He will even support you. He will validate your ego, anything. Perfect. The third thing that you should expect from a feminine man is a thoughtful, romantic, considerate partner. And I know a lot of my ladies want that. A lot of ladies overall want that. They want a man who plans a picnic, who plans some kind of event, who plans this and that. This is a feminine man. So don't expect from a masculine man to create this kind of event for you. A masculine man can do that only if he has somebody to do it for him. So he will pay and he will say, listen, I need to organize something for my girlfriend. Please do it for me. Like I had a client in my finance career. He was a very masculine man, but he had a very high maintenance woman, and she had a certain expectations for the engagement, for the ring, for everything, and he didn't know how to do this. So not me, but one of my colleagues basically referred him to this company that organized everything for him, including the trip to I think he proposed in one of the islands. I think it was Santorini, I'm not sure. So they organized everything, including the rose petals and the beautiful decor. He paid for it, and I think his wife at this time already, I think she understands that it was not him who did this, but at least he was considerate enough to pay for it. But if you want a man who will do it all the time, who will prepare a nice dinner, who will I don't know, decorate the house, who will do all this is a feminine man. A romantic, considerate partner, a thoughtful that will think about you. Will you like Chinese, or should I order something else? Or who will not just make a reservation at the restaurant, but will think, okay, so Anastasia doesn't eat meat. Maybe I shouldn't be choosing steakhouse. Maybe I should choose some. This man, the feminine man, they would know how to impress you because they listen, they understand you, and they do want to make an effort. So if you want this relationship, this partner, this is a feminine man. A masculine man, unless you tell him, I'm not going to that restaurant no more, I hate it, he will never understand, why don't you want to go to that place? Like this. So you really need to tell him. You really, with a masculine man, you need to say, let's have a date. And I have a place in mind, maybe this one. He's like, okay, I will make a reservation. Like basically like that. If you will tell him, choose wherever you want to go, he probably will choose where he wants to go, and that's it. He will not think twice about, maybe she wants a beautiful decor, or maybe he probably will take you to the closest steakhouse, and that will be it. So if you want a thoughtful, romantic, considerate partner, that's a feminine man. And if you have a feminine man already, you should easily expect it from him. He can do it. And you can even mention something like this, I would really appreciate some kind of romance. So I would really appreciate if you would do some kind of surprise for me. You can even tell him, he will ask you, what should I get you for birthday? And you're like, up to you, I'm sure you will get me something nice. With the masculine man, don't. I mean, give him a list, a wish list that I always tell you about. It would be much easier. Masculine man will go crazy. At the end, he will just buy you something useless, or maybe he will just give you money. So either give him a wish list, or tell him that that money would be a perfect present or something like that. With the feminine man, a feminine man will check your size, will know what you like, will know the brands you like, will go and get it and decorate it beautifully with the beautiful ribbon. I had a feminine man long time ago, and I mentioned that I wanted a swimsuit, a particular swimsuit, and I was waiting for months. I think 2 or 3 months it took him. I already forgot about the swimsuit. I already bought myself another one, and then one day he's coming with this amazing packaging. Like I will explain you how thoughtful it was. So he found the brand that I wanted. He found the swimming suit that I wanted, but he thought that the coloring was not very flattering for me. So he ordered the same swimsuit, but with the particular coloring. Then he waited until the swimsuit was done, whatever. It took a couple of weeks. Then he ordered a special box to kind of with the same coloring. I mean, the guy went a little too crazy with the cell ribbon and everything, and he didn't understand why I didn't appreciate all this effort. Really, because I wanted a swimsuit, not all this all this show. So, but if you like something like this, if you like surprises, if you like stuff like that, then the feminine man is for you. Another thing that you should expect from a feminine man is an emotional supporter. He will give you all the emotional support you need. So you can come and discuss your boss, your career, your future kind of plans for your life, for everything, and he will be there and he will support you. You will tell him, I have problems in the family or something like that, and he will be there and he will support you and he will help you. He'll brainstorm. He might not help you much with the money, but he will definitely be there for you emotionally. And maybe if he has a lot of water, he will be like really emotional. He can sit, he can hug you, he can even hold you, cuddle with you. And Earthman will not be as emotional, but at least he will listen, he will brainstorm, he will help you to find a solution. So if you appreciate emotional support, a feminine man is for you. If you need it, if it's important for you, if you could not get it yourself, then yeah, it is for you. I put here last one. What you should expect from a feminine man is a peaceful, quiet life with not much changes. So again, if you want to have a house in the country, a routine, so you have a couple kids, you have summers in the same place, you have winters in the same place, like you go ski in the same place, like you, if you like the routine, if you don't mind the routine, if you just like a quiet, considerate like life, a feminine man is for you. Just choose a rich feminine man because this is what you shouldn't expect from him, a huge career growth. But I will get to that. What I want to say is, if you're a person of a habit and you don't like changes like me, I challenge myself. I'm a person of a habit, but I do understand that I need to work on my energy of air. So I challenge myself to changes, to kind of to be more dynamic. I do that on purpose. Now, if you don't want to, if you really like, I'm happy where I am, if you have a lot of retrograde planets, people with a lot of retrograde planets, they just happy with what they have. I mean, then maybe a feminine man would be perfect for you. You guys will buy a beautiful apartment in 20 years. You will buy a beautiful house. You will have cars that you will listen and change in every 5 years. It's very routinely and consistent kind of life. It doesn't have to be in the country. You can live in Manhattan, go out to for example, you have a routine to try a new restaurant every week or every 3 days or something like that. That's a routine also. So it's not like you're stuck completely somewhere in the woods, but still it's somewhat routinely. If you are into spontaneous life, this is feminine man is not for you. But if you don't like spontaneity, if you don't like the chaos, the adrenaline, then maybe a peaceful life is more for you. And obviously I should put here a good intimacy. So this is what you should expect from a feminine man. If you are with a feminine man and you don't have this, then something is obviously wrong. Something is wrong, or either you are not positioning yourself right, or he's in dirty femininity, or you just don't want him, you want a masculine man. All right, what you should not expect from a feminine man. I mean, you can expect, but again, you will exhaust yourself, you will exhaust him, and at the end, you will just hit the wall, both of you. So what you should not expect is a great career. You should not expect him to grow in corporate really, really fast. Usually, they grow in corporate because their bosses kind of appreciate their loyalty and their consistency. That's what it is. That's how they grow. The feminine men that I had, we didn't have many feminine men, but the ones that we have grew in a company because they basically were just consistent. They were sitting for years and years and years, while others were like moving around, and basically when there was nobody left, they were just promoted. That's how it is. So if you want somebody who will become a CEO in 5 years, a feminine man is not for you, if that is important for you. Also, you shouldn't expect luxurious purchases, like something out of the ordinary. Like, don't expect him to bring you 500 roses. A feminine man will not do that unless he is extremely wealthy and the money is coming from a trust, not from his wallet. These men are not very secure, and money help them to create security. They wouldn't be throwing them around like that. So if you want to go with the man to a club and spend thousands of dollars, that's a masculine man. If showing off is important for you, a feminine man is not for you. Then you need a masculine man. Also, they probably wouldn't be buying you, like, for example, a feminine man will not. If you want, like, let's say, diamond earrings, right? What would a feminine man do? He probably will buy diamonds and will go to what is that? The Diamond Street in New York, and probably or connect with somebody, with a jeweler who will make you earrings like that. He will not go and he will not take you to Graf and buy you earrings just because he wants to show off. He wouldn't overpay. You see, doesn't mean that he wouldn't give you. Just he would think twice before doing this. Now, if you want to buy yourself, you can buy yourself, but don't expect it from him, unless he's wealthy. If he's coming from real wealth, then he probably can spend sometimes, but only to what his standards are. Like, for example, if since childhood him and his family are spending summers in I don't know, Saint-Tropez, it will be okay. Because it's not a luxurious purchase for him. It's just a standard of life. So I said, if you want a feminine man, choose at least a rich one. Then you will be fine. What else you shouldn't expect? You should not expect spontaneity. That actually gives them some stress, and that's not what you should expect. So if you have a feminine man, start planning next year summer now. So tell him, would be great if next year we will go to, I don't know, to wherever you want to go. So he can live with this thought, get comfortable with this thought, and process it and start saving or start planning somehow. Again, if you're with the masculine man, he will like, why are we talking about this now? With masculine man, you should tell him in June, next June, what do you want to do in August? Because they're very fast. They don't need to think twice. A feminine man needs to kind of process things. So don't expect spontaneity from him. Like if your birthday is in 2 months, then start talking to him about your birthday now. Like, my birthday is coming up. What should we do? Maybe I would want to go here, or I would want to have this, or something like that, basically. Now, what else you shouldn't be expecting from a feminine man? Passion. I mean, unless they have some kind of fire, passion is not a feminine trait. Pleasure is feminine trait. Passion is not. So don't expect a feminine man to throw you around and blindfold you and something like that. I mean, well, they can blindfold you, but they wouldn't do none of those tricks that you read in the romantic novels. And don't expect much confidence in them. I mean, that sounds bad, but that's true. A feminine man need confidence and security as much. That's why feminine men don't mind when a woman is working, when she has a career, when she feels strong and secure. They kind of feel strong and secure themselves. That brings them some kind of strength. So if you have a feminine man and you come into him and you're like, I don't know what to do, my work is stressing out, I want to change it, I want to quit, he probably will become even more nervous than you are. So if you are coming with this kind of decision and you come into him, just tell him, just tell him like it is. My work's stressing me out. I could not take it any longer. I'm quitting tomorrow, like that. That's it, so he doesn't have time to get too stressed and nervous about it. He will just accept the fact. That's how it is. So don't expect much confidence, much strength in them. Doesn't mean that they don't have, especially man energy of earth. They do have confidence, but their confidence is their roots. So they're confident in their places that they go. They know. They're confident in their house. They're confident in their business. They're basically confident around what is familiar to them. You take them to another country and that's it. They're just they're falling apart. They probably wouldn't even go to another country. These are people that are that travel with they have everything pre-planned. They have everything printed out, or they have tours, or they go to all-inclusive resorts, something that will not take them out of their comfort zone. So if you want to go hiking and you need a confident man, probably feminine man is not a man for you. All right, and I added here something also to sum it up. With the masculine man, you depend on yourself for emotional support. So if you emotionally can hold yourself together, then a masculine man is for you. With the feminine man, you depend on yourself for material support. So you can have a feminine man, he will be giving you emotional support, listening to you, talking with you. He'll be very considerate, but money-wise, you probably will need to count on yourself. So, and I knew a lot of masculine women that had feminine husbands that were basically emotionally supporting them. Actually, most of the feminine bloggers, of women that are bloggers, have husbands that are feminine. Why? Because they are very much in out there. They are making money. They are business women. They need somebody who will balance them. They don't mind to have a man that maybe doesn't make that much or is not as active. It's not bad. But if you could not materially support yourself, then become feminine and let a man support you. And when you become feminine, you basically can give yourself an emotional support. It is important. Remember that you could not expect emotional support and material support from the same person, unless it's a feminine man who is rich. Who, for example, his family is rich and he has trust, so he can give you material support and emotional support. But I don't know whether you want that. So, okay, let me see. I think I already did all this. So masculine men, they are not grounded. They don't want nothing to hold them down. So if you have a family with him, make sure the family doesn't hold him down. He will know his responsibility. Don't you worry about that. But don't remind him. Don't expect him to be. I wrote here, to be too conservative when he invests. Masculine men are the ones that would invest in bitcoins. Feminine men are the ones that would put max their 401 and IRAs. So see what is more important for you. You see, is the risk more like, are you okay with the challenges and risks and adrenaline, or are you more into peaceful life? And if you will be okay with the adrenaline kind of lifestyle, always on the edge, communicate and make sure that the man provides the security and whatever you need to feel more at peace. And with the feminine man, tell him that you expect from him as well something. Like, so for example, if you are with the feminine man and he doesn't like to change, he doesn't like nothing, I mean, you obviously need to live. So maybe you will tell him, well, me and my friends, we always have this, we always go on vacation once a year. So are you okay with that? Like that. You need to basically bargain with one and the other, because you cannot be completely dissolved in their lives. But that's what you expect and you don't expect. All right, that's it. If you have questions, do ask. My phone is turned off, so if you ask me on my phone, I wouldn't see it. Really fast. before you will decide that you want a masculine man or feminine man, think what is the priority for you right now. If you want a family, a secure kind of relationship, then maybe a feminine man is better for you. Masculine men, their lives are very active, and if you're not okay with that, if you are not okay that you could not control everything, masculine man is not for you. You will be drawn to their strengths and confidence, but will you be able to live with this? That's a different question. Now, what should you expect from masculine men? An interesting, active life, dynamic relationship. So the relationship will constantly be changing. Don't expect him to do the same thing again and again and again. You should expect a life on edge, really. Never know what's going on. Maybe one day he will just he will sell all the investments and buy a house in Africa and move you all there, and you will be like, okay. And I had a client like this. He actually bought a house because at one point he just decided that he's married and have two kids, the two daughters. He decided that his daughters should be more appreciative of their lifestyle. So he bought a house somewhere in the middle of Africa. I don't know which country, so I'm not going to, but I know that they had to walk every morning to get milk and something. I don't understand why he did this, but they spent, I think, 3 summers there. So if you are with them with the masculine man, and if you don't have much power over him, you can expect anything else like that. Another thing you can expect from masculine man is constant development. He will be developing. He will appreciate you developing as well. You can expect a serious passion and constant adrenaline rush with such man. Again, don't expect what you are not expecting with the masculine man is patience, the peaceful, comfortable kind of state, unless you're by yourself. So if he's traveling, you can have all your peace, all your comfort. But when a man is next to you, he will be dynamic. They get used to it. So they're not very patient. Don't nag them for hours and hours and hours. If there is an issue, solve it right now. So tell him, look, I don't like this. What are we going to do? But don't say like this. But in a feminine way, obviously, say something like if a man is shouting at you, you basically just shut down. You stay in yourself and let him come to you. He will come to you, and then you will say, listen, I love you very much, but when you're so aggressive, it scares me. He will understand. So something like that. So basically solve the issue right now. Don't hold it in you, because he doesn't understand what's going on with you and he doesn't know how to fix it. But if he's really out of control, you can obviously tell him, I'm going to fine you every time you get in like this. So every time you raise your voice, you have to buy me a present or something like that. But don't hold in offense for too long, and don't nag him, obviously. And don't expect from masculine consistency. That's almost impossible. Doesn't mean that they wouldn't love you and they won't be faithful to you. They're actually very faithful. But don't expect consistent behavior. Don't expect sensitivity. Don't think about complaining to a masculine man. He probably will tell you. I remember I had the masculine man. He was energy of air. My God, that guy would tell whatever he thinks. Whatever comes to his mind. So I made this mistake. I came from work and I was just like going on and on and on about work and about people that I'm working on. And he's like, I'm surprised they're even working with you. You're so miserable right now. He said it. Can you imagine? He said it to me. I was like, but at that moment, I stopped right there, and I'm like, really, why am I? I'm not at work. Why am I going on and on right now? I'm with the man that I like, and I'm grateful that he put the stop to that tantrum. But if you need somebody sensitive, that's not masculine, not for you. Don't expect long talks, watching Netflix for hours together, cuddling for hours. That's not a masculine man. Him listening to you, they are dynamic. They want to do things, If it doesn't bring any kind of result, talking, watching something is not really, is not that thing. All right, what to expect if you're in a relationship with the feminine man, what to expect and what you should have already right now. A sensitive husband and a father. As I said in the previous live, feminine men are not easy to commit. They are not fast to to make a decision. But once they commit, they will be a good husband, a sensitive husband, a good father, a consistent father that will be always there. Maybe not a very super strong husband, might have issues with strength and confidence, might worry about the kids, might not want them to try something new, might not provide for them as much as he would want to, but at least he would be a consistent and a good father. Now, you can expect him to be your almost best friend. I put it in the little, because you shouldn't have a man, a best friend. But if you value that in a relationship, somebody who is really like this bonding with you, then a family man is good for you. Again, watch your roles. Don't get too much into friend because friends don't sleep with each other. What else you should expect from feminine man? Thoughtful, romantic, considerate partner. If you love all this stuff, you come home and there is roses on the floor, this is the guy for you. I mean, I'm talking about this and I feel even silly, I never liked this. And that's why, because I'm very feminine, I'm very emotional myself. I don't need this kind of display of emotions in me. That's why masculine men are drawn to me, and that's why I like masculine men, because this is not important for me. But if this is important for you, a feminine man is for you. What else you should expect? Emotional supporter. The guy who will really listen, who will support you, who will encourage you, who will help you to move on in your career, who will be your biggest cheerleader. That's a guy for you, feminine man. Also, what you should expect a great intimacy, and you should expect a peaceful, quiet life that doesn't change much. And if you like that, a feminine man is for you. So if you are like in your nestling mood and you want to have a family, kids, you don't need to maybe once a year go traveling somewhere for a couple of weeks and that's it, then a feminine man is perfect for you, especially energy of earth. What not to expect from feminine man is dynamic career from him, like luxurious purchases that were not planned, extreme spontaneity, that obviously not. And if you will try to make him spontaneous, he probably will. It will be stressful for you. And this is what I should tell. I had boyfriends that were feminine and that were masculine. And I will tell you, in the beginning, masculine men will pretend to get what they want, and feminine men will also pretend to get what they want. And I will tell you, in the beginning, maybe a feminine man will tell you, oh, I love to travel, I love to do this, I love to do that. But then 2 months down the road, and you guys are just basically spending days at home cooking and watching Netflix. That's it. So don't believe everything he says. If his plans are like this, then chances are your life will be very routine. And the same with masculine man. If a masculine man will say, oh, I love to spend time together cuddling and watching Netflix, but he has only air and fire, I mean, he's lying, obviously. He's not going to be sitting watching Netflix with you, maybe an hour the most. And he obviously is not going to cuddle with you. That's also not. And you shouldn't be expecting from a feminine man much passion, and because it's not. You should expect pleasure, not passion. You should expect pleasure and consistency. That's what it is. And often for good sex, that's what you need: pleasure and consistency. Passion, yeah, it's great, but it doesn't bring you what you probably need. And you shouldn't be expecting much confidence and strength in this man, because they just don't have it. They created in their life, but outside of that life, I mean, you take them to a new group of friends and they're lost. It is a stress for them. So don't expect that from them. I mean, again, take one or the other. But as I mentioned in the beginning, not every man is all masculine and not every man all feminine. Usually there is some kind of mixture. Look at his Sun, Mars, and Mercury. These are an ascendant. These are 4 important placements for a man. Sun is their presentation in the society. Mars is their actions. This is how they act, how they love. well, Venus, how they love, but how they act, how they do everything in life. Even you can predict their behavior in bed based on his Mars. And Mercury is the communication style. So if, for example, he's all masculine, he has Mercury in Pisces, I mean, he will be very quiet, very like kind of demure, kind of very soft spoken, but that's just his communication style. So if, for example, you need a guy that that communicates like this, like peaceful, thoughtful, then don't get a man with Mercury in Aries. I mean, or Leo, like that. And to sum it up, with masculine man, you depend on yourself for emotional support. With the feminine man, you depend on yourself for material support. And yeah, of course, there could be different examples, but for the most part, that's how it is, and it won't change. It's just the right dynamic. And again, you attract into your life what you need the most. So if you are complaining to me, why don't I have a masculine man? I mean, maybe because you're too masculine, or maybe because you act too masculine, or maybe because you're afraid of a masculine man. A masculine man will come and act as he pleases, and you probably are used to have a considerate kind of soft man that you can control. So it's like you only get what you're attracting right now, what your energy attracts. Has nothing to do with anything else. Nothing else. Okay, if no more questions, I'm going to finish. And the next video, the next live will be on Thursday, the same time. I don't know exactly what will be the subject. I have a couple here, but I will let you know. If you have any suggestions, let me know also. I would gladly consider them. And if you didn't watch the previous video, Feminine and Masculine Man, please do watch it. It is important. Once you understand men, you understand what you can expect and not expect from them. You see, it's very hard to expect from a masculine man sensitivity when he couldn't provide it. Now, when you know that he could not provide it, you are not expecting, you're not putting pressure on him and on yourself. You're basically like, okay, so this man is not capable of it. Now, what can I expect from him? I can expect from him generous presence, luxurious purchases. So I can give myself the emotional support, but I can ask him for a nice bag or something like that. Or for example, he is not sensitive enough and you have problems. Then you tell him, I think I need to spend a couple of days alone. I think I need to go and stay in, I don't know, in one hotel or something and spend some time in the spa, are you going to sponsor me for that? And he will gladly pay. So when you understand this, like you don't have no disappointments. The same with the feminine man. If you have a feminine man and then you're like, why are you not moving up in your career? Why are you not bringing more money? There are men that bring in much more, and even at your work, there are men that are more successful. I mean, the guy is not capable of that. He's not for that. He's different. It's hard for him. It's hard for him already to be, to be masculine. So at least support him at what he already does. You see, and you will help him, and he probably will move on faster. So once you will understand, you can position yourself right, and you can have right expectations. Once you have right expectations, your relationship will be much better with men. Trust me, I am in a relationship. I can say I'm an expert. My relationship are good with men right now because I know exactly what to expect from them, what not to expect from them, and I position myself in strength. Like, because I know what they can give me, what they cannot. I know what I should give myself and give to them. I am in a strong position. So if it's a masculine man in my space, I know he wants emotions, he wants pleasure just by being next to me, and I know what he can give me. I can ask him for either some kind of experience, and he will do it, or I can ask him for some kind of, maybe I can hint him about a present he will get me or something like that. So he's good with the material stuff. He has money. He's active. He can take me to certain places, certain events, and it's okay. I will deal with the emotional stuff. If it's a feminine man, thankfully I don't have much feminine man, but with them I can I know what I can do. I can basically talk to them. I can explain myself to them. If I need to brainstorm something, I call my somewhat, I don't have very feminine men in my surrounding, but somewhat feminine men. I know I can brainstorm with them. I know they will listen, and they will help me, come up with some kind of ideas if I need to. Again, with masculine men, I don't expect it. They're not going to listen. Even if they listen, they look through you, so they don't pay attention. So what's the point? There is no point. And I'm not disappointed. I'm happy with all of them because there is no cause for disappointment. I don't have wrong expectations to neither of them. And that's it. Okay, if you know anybody who would benefit from this information, please do send it to them. It is important. Let's make more happy couples in our world, and that's it. And if you have questions, please send them. If you send me on the phone is I turned it off, so it wouldn't be taking the internet, and I will answer them after. All right, thank you everybody who've been here. Thank you for your support. Please do like, comment, and follow me if you haven't been on the live, but you are watching it now. And I'll see you on Thursday at the same time, 11 a.m. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your day. Enjoy Sunday. Oh, by the way, Mercury retrograde is almost over, so hang on a couple more days, and everything will become a little better. Bye, everyone.